September 10th is a big day here. The city of Virginia Beach plans to open this new center and start housing and working with a large part of its homeless population. And there's more than just beds and rooms inside. There's a clear message for people who need the resources of the new Virginia Beach Housing Resource Center.
It will be warm and inviting, no judgments whatsoever. We're here to help you.
City officials say this space takes a big step forward in providing the different solutions needed to fight homelessness.
It would be nice to say that the day we open this center that we would have ended homelessness in Virginia Beach, but unfortunately that won't be true, so that's why we still need this facility.
Here's how it works. Employees and volunteers at the center will find out how severe each homeless person's needs are when they arrive and then offer help accordingly.
So we will identify if they have lost housing and they are living on the streets, or if they're about to lose housing.
There is space for more than 100 people to stay in a variety of housing options, from permanent apartment-style rooms to family areas to temporary shelter housing. But the center has more than that. Lockers, a playground, a health clinic, a dining area and classroom space.
We have a really nice laundry facility, and we have showers and bathing area in the back.
The ultimate goal is to move people and families from a state of homelessness to a permanent living situation.
Housing is definitely a reality when you're coming into the Housing Resource Center and you're utilizing shelter.
And Virginia Beach city leaders think this is the solution. This building is on Witch Duck Road, miles from the oceanfront. So the city of Virginia Beach plans on using school buses to pick people up and bring them here if they need to find housing or just use the day services like laundry and showers. In Virginia Beach, Evan Watson, 13 News Now.